A tool to collect, process and make visible indicators related to the situation and position of women and men from a gender and law perspective, and all the information related to the Women's Advancement Program, as well as research results and reports with approaches to genre for public use, was presented today at the headquarters of the Cuban Parliament. The Observatory of Cuba on Gender Equality, which has its web portal from now on, is a point of progress in the protection of women's rights. The creation of the web portal of the Observatory of Cuba on Gender Equality is the result of the implementation of Action Number 6 of Area 7 of the National Program for the Advancement of Women. It will make it possible to monitor the correct use of the gender approach in the construction of indicators and the collection of statistics, as well as to carry out comprehensive, quantitative and qualitative analyses on equality that contribute to the adoption of public policies with a gender approach. Science, innovation, computerization, social communication, pillars of government management in the country, are integrated into this instrument for digital use that will be updated once a year.
Developed by the National Office of Information Statistics in conjunction with the Women's Study Center of the Federation of Cuban Women, in order to contribute to the adoption of effective public policies, promote cultural transformation and foster empowerment processes.
The initiative is part of the actions of the National Program for the Advancement of Women, approved by the Council of Ministers in October 2021 and put into effect by Presidential Decree 198 the same year.
Achieving this result in such a short time in the area of statistics and research, one of the most challenging in the national program, is a reliable example of the country's political will in favor of women's empowerment and gender equality. This result also shows that Cuba has highly trained professionals to design and implement products of this type.
Here, in the continuity of a marvelous code, of a family code, here we are. Problems and challenges we have. Gaps to face too, that's why it's the program to advance women. It is the historical moment that we live, but there is the homeland. The homeland that together with the people we always defend. Let us embrace full dignity from the heart. Let us overcome the impossible and say with voices of brotherhood and tenderness no to gender violence.
In the midst of the great challenges that Cuban society still faces, different international organizations and institutions support the country's priority on the issue, since its results in different areas of life are an example in the region and in the world.
Above all, I feel compelled to express congratulations, a recognition to all the work groups, with the institutions, the people who participated in this effort and who had to dedicate a lot of time, a lot of talent and a lot of research to give us today what constitutes an essential, important and integral tool in supporting everything that we have proposed to continue advancing in gender problems, in the treatment also of the problems of women, girls, boys, adolescents, in a sense general, in continuing to grow socially in our society that is also in constant improvement. And I believe that in addition to having a robust tool, it is a modern tool. It is a tool with an appropriate visuality with codes that will allow communication and reach both young people and other sectors of the population. As it was said here, it is a tool to show results, but above all, to insist on the gaps, to insist on the problems we have, to see how we are transforming from the analysis that we do that statistic that cannot be cold, how we are doing with public policies. We are advancing and we are removing a little bit from the problems every day, a little bit from the gaps.
The Cuban president insisted on the necessary training required by the creation of this tool at the level of the entire society.
Now I believe that a training process for all the actors we have has to come, especially at the community level. The training must be carried out at the local level so that at the community level, at the municipal level, the managers, the decision makers, all the actors that participate can then use this tool effectively, and that it is really something that increases the quality of the work, the quality of the analysis, also the quality of the proposals. We would also like to thank the international organizations that have been accompanying us in this effort, and also those that we continue to count on to continue advancing.
The present experts and specialists from the United Nations, the Federation of Cuban Women, the National Office of Statistics and Information, deputies, endorsed during the launch of the Observatory of Cuba on Gender Equality the special commitment involved with the memory of Vilma Sping and Commander-in-Chief Fidel Castro, faithful defenders of women's rights. Lisette Marquez, Television Information System.